Fear in sport can be the biggest thing that can hold you back. It can be your biggest enemy, and it can also be your biggest ally. So I'm going to explain what I mean by that and how can you harness the power of fear. Because let's face it, it's super powerful. So we know fear can hold you back. It's fear of failure, fear of being judged, sometimes fear of success. You don't like the attention you're getting, and also you have to repeat success. There's a fear in that, and even just the feelings of fear, going up against an intimidating opponent, playing an overwhelming experience. You're going to a level that you hadn't played in before, and then there's bigger crowds, there's more attention, there's media, more pressure that you put on yourself. So there's a big feeling of fear and all those emotions that go with it. The dry throat, shaking, the sweaty palms, stiffening up of muscles, feelings of the heart beating, feelings of panic, dread, nervousness, worry, racing thoughts, all that. So you're overcome by fear. How can you possibly perform to your best? You can't really. Something has to change. So the ironic thing is, fear is actually there to help you. It's actually your biggest ally at the same time. I know that sounds contradictory, but fear is really your body's response to the environment. It's the stimuli it's receiving. And it just wants you to survive, keep you safe. As simple as that. That's how it interprets things. Its job is just to keep you safe and alive. It doesn't really care how it does it, or where you are, who you're with, and the consequences. So it just wants you to be safe. So that's a good thing. Now the problem is, it's doing it to your detriment. So whenever I say your mind's doing it, it's your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind and the conscious mind, they don't kind of negotiate what's best for you. So we have this conflict, constant conflict of interests. So you consciously say to yourself, I'm a good player, I do well in practice, I have great shots, I've got great strategies, I'm physically fit, I eat well. And then when it comes to that big occasion, there's actually something at stake. This fear kicks in, alarm bells start going off, and you can't do it. So logically, you know you can do it, and now you're starting to rationalize, why can't I do it? You label yourself, I must be a failure, I mustn't be good enough. Winning something someone else does, it's not available to me personally. So you've got all that going on, and then what happens is you go away and you change your practice routine. Because you think, I've been doing something wrong, that's not working, let's do something else. And there's absolutely nothing wrong, possibly, with your game, your mechanics, your physical practice. You've got to look at this fear, this internal dialogue that's constantly going on, that's at odds with each other. So the conscious, subconscious, and the subconscious bringing the fear up. So you can let it work for you and you can let it work against you. So I've spoke how it can work against you. So let's speak about how it can work for you, and can it? So how can this overwhelming fear work for you when it's so good at working against you? So you've got to master it. You've got to use it as your driving force to win. So that's kind of a reframe in your mind of what it can be doing for you. So you've got to realize, you've got to recognize that it's very real. It's can either work for you or against you. Well, it is trying to work for you, so it wants to work for you. So the intention there for it to work for you, because it's just trying to keep you safe and keep you alive. So for some reason, it's misinterpreting information from the environment. Okay, so you've got to use that to your advantage, because we know it's very, very powerful. If it can make you feel bad and lose and upset your routine, it can work for you as well. So how do we do that? You've got to accept it, first of all. Just accept it. From this moment on, accept it. And we know it doesn't feel nice. So start being aware of the feelings. If you go into a tournament, start feeling the feelings that come up and recognize them, accept them, even thank them. Thank you for doing a good job. Thank those feelings. Okay, I respect you trying to do something for me here. Now I'll give you an example of Mike Tyson. Everybody knows Mike Tyson, ex-heavyweight champion of the world boxer. He was the baddest man on the planet at one stage. Nobody would think that Mike Tyson felt fear. Nobody. If you seen him back in the day, nobody would think he had fear. You almost thought he beat his opponents before they got in the ring. Yet, in an interview, Mike admits to feeling lots of fear before a fight, in the build up to a fight. He felt all those feelings, all those emotions that you feel. He had all the beliefs and thoughts that, what if he loses? Is this it all over? What if he lets everybody down? His family, his trainer, his friends, his fans? What if he lets everybody down? He gets beat, he loses. What's next in life? It's a short career. What's next? This is someone's identity. I'm a boxer, I'm a heavyweight champion. This is what I know, this is what I love. What happens if this all goes away? So that's huge pressure, that's huge fear. But his trainer, Customato, he taught him that fear was his friend, to embrace it. It's the opponents that don't embrace it. They're the ones letting it overwhelm them and get to them. If you embrace it and use it and channel it, so feel it and channel it onto your opponents. So in the build up to the fight, he was afraid and had all those feelings and got anxious. But as soon as that bell went, there's a switch flicked inside his head, and he was able to channel all that energy into his opponent, inflict it upon them, use all his skill, his boxing knowledge, his ferocity onto his opponent. He just unleashed it. So not only was his fear working for him against them, their own fear was working against them too. Now, you don't have to be a world heavyweight boxer. If you can feel it at that level, if you're playing basketball or tennis, football, soccer, yeah, you can feel a little bit of fear too. You can feel anxious, worry, overwhelmed. But I want you to build into, when the game starts, when the match starts, project it onto someone else. Take it out on them. Show them what you've got. Look for reasons to prove everybody wrong. Channel that fire, that fear, the anxiety. Channel it onto your opponents. Channel it onto anybody that doubts you. Channel it into anybody that's ever doubted you in your life. People that thought you wouldn't succeed. People that put you down. Think of them and then use that as a driver to unleash that fear, and use that as your energy. Fire yourself up with this energy. Use that fear as an unstoppable force for you to deliver. So, and that's a great way of focusing down as well. So focus your attention, your energy on all the reasons to succeed, to give someone else the fear. Give it away. It's okay to have it on a build up to something. That's normal. That's good. It's healthy. Everybody gets it. Forget about someone saying no fear. People feel fear. It's very real. That's what keeps them alive. So accept it, embrace it, acknowledge it, listen to it. What's it trying to tell me? Let it build up, build up, build up. And it's like, think of it as bubbles in a champagne bottle. Let it build up. It's getting shaken a little bit towards the event, the sporting event. Getting shake up and shake up. Bubbles are starting to build, come to the top. And then as soon as that event starts, let the cork off. Bam, right in. Just unleash what you've got, your talents, abilities, your desire, your motivation, your inspiration, your frustrations. Just let it all out at that moment. That's that fire. It's the fear. Let it spread, let it burn. Let it out. Express yourself. Let that fear be an expression of the best version of you. So fear is your friend. Fear is your superpower. Work with it. Learn to dance with it. Be creative with it. It's yours. So don't let anybody use it against you. It's yours to use against other people. And then don't worry about them. Let their own fears go against them as well. So it's doubly effective. So fear is your friend. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more and like the video. Bye for now.